morning, friends. Welcome to Go Long, a show that focuses on local sports and faith, includes thought-provoking interviews with area coaches, players, and sports figures, unashamed Bible discussion, and the popular and entertaining WOYK scoreboard. I'm Wayne McCullough. With me is Becky B.
Good morning.
Doggy, Becky B. Gosh, everybody, thanks so much for being with us because we got a dandy with us this morning. Westbrook boys basketball coach Garrett Bull. The Dogtown Boys shared New York Adams Division II marbles, and you know what? They're moving on in the PIAA playoffs as well. And we also have York Suburban's boys basketball coach Mitch Kemp. The Suburbanites, gosh, they also shared the York Adams League Division II gold medal, and guess what? They captured win number 1 in states also on Friday. Wow. Two great coaches we're going to chat with today. Isn't that wonderful, Becky B?
That is wonderful.
Wonderful, as Paul addressed believers in Rome and explained his mission in the book of Romans. For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes. Today, our Go Long topic is you have victory in Jesus. You have a big W. You have victory in Jesus. Throughout the weekend during today's show, please text your prayer request to 717-350-8591. Becky B will close today's show in prayer and pray for all those who reached out to us during the week and during today's show. You know, it's red hot, it's downtown Ollie Brown. Grab the mustard, because this is the Grand Salamia's faith-based sports radio shows, brought to you by Sports Radio 98.9 FM, 1350 WOYK, First in York and First in Sports. And also brought to you by our friend Kelsey Jean at Red Barn Home Decors, where home staging makes dollars and cents. All right, then, you asked for it, you wanted it, guess what? You're going to get it. This is the WOYK scoreboard. We're going to kick this off with PIAA basketball playoffs. You know, we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, but can you imagine that right now the PIAA playoffs features 128 boys teams and 128 girls teams? Isn't that incredible? Over 6 classifications, starting with single A up to 6A. Basketball, you know, was the first PIAA sponsored sport in 1920. So it goes way back.
Way back.
Way back. The 1920 tournament was played at the Penn State Armory. Remember that old building, Becky B?
I do.
Alrighty. Bellevue ended up winning that game. They lost to Harrisburg Tech 38-34. Belleville's Harry Easton led everybody with 20 points in that first PIAA playoff game. Now, every year, PIAA makes new stars, makes new headlines in this state basketball because Pennsylvania has such great high school basketball. But, you know, here are some of the names from over the years. And Becky B, I'll just quiz you a little bit. Kobe Bryant, where did he play? You remember?
He played down near Philly someplace.
Lower Marion, yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
I think you'll know this one. Billy Owens.
Carlisle,
yes.
Kind of a local boy, huh?
Now, here's one of my favorite all-time players. Went on to play at the University of Maryland for Coach Lefty Driesell. This is a tough one to figure out where he played from, but nonetheless a great name. Tom McMillan.
All I know was the University of Maryland.
Yes, he played at Mansfield. How about that? Wow.
A northern Pennsylvania guy.
You know, you're not going to guess that, right? One more. Maurice Lucas, and again, one of my favorite all-time players, played for Selene. So anyway,
which is where?
Down near Philadelphia area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's kick it off. 6A girls basketball. Coach Jay Rexroth and the Dallastown Wildcats just last week took home their first ever District 3 gold medals. Guess what? They're now playing in the PIAA state tournament, matching up with the 11th seed from District 1, the Abington Galloping Ghost. Now, that's your other quiz for the day. What is a galloping ghost?
Well, I don't know. Maybe like the Headless Horseman, you know?
Alrighty. Dallastown, the Wildcats in the Galloping Ghosts in round 1 in state.
Book this W for York Adams League and District 3 as the Dallastown Wildcats win 52-39 over Abington. For Dallastown, junior Ava Jameson led with 17, and senior Division I York Adams Player of the Year, Praise Matthews, added 16.
Alrighty, next up for Coach Rexroth and the Dallastown Wild Things will be District 12's Cardinal O'Hara. You know, that game will be played Tuesday, Coatesville, tip-off time, 5 p.m. Cardinal O'Hara, by the way, walked away with a game yesterday over Central Bucks East. The Patriots by 20 points, 48-28. Cardinal O'Hara now has won 11 games by more than 20 points. They're going to match up with the Wild Things, Coach Rexroth and Dallastown Wildcats again Tuesday at Coatesville, 5 p.m. That's going to be a Dallastown doubleheader. We'll tell you more about that. But
all right, sounds like a
interesting
force to be
matchup, right?
reckoned
Yes,
with, but
yes.
Dallastown has a force too.
Yes, they do.
All right, still in 6A girls state playoff action, the Red Lion Lions fall to the Downingtown East Cougars in a hard-fought game by a score of 50-45. This one was played in Cigartown. With the loss, Coach Dimhoff and the Lions end their outstanding season with a 26-4 record and silver medals in the District 3 tournament.
You know, I got to tell you, that one surprised me just a bit, but here's why. The foul line was the difference in this game. Downingtown East towed the charity stripe 28 times. Red Line 4 times. 24 more times.
Sounds a little bit lopsided, doesn't it?
But at any rate, Downingtown East made 13 of 28 from the charity stripe. Dallastown 2 of 4. Reagan Smith led the Red Line girls with 19 points.
And still in 6A state girls play, the Central York Panthers fall to the District 1 champions, the Perkiomen Valley Vikings, by a score of 66-37.
Alrighty, then in girls class 5A, Coach Jason Getz and the West York Bulldogs, the Dogtown girls, playing host to the Mars Area Fighting Planets. I didn't know planets fought each other, but they do. They pick up round 1, a 10-point win for the Dogtown girls as the Dogs pound the Fighting Planets 54-44. Don't you love some of these nicknames?
Yeah, wouldn't you call that an out-of-world victory?
I think it is. out of
Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
West York connected on 22 of 28 from the foul line and featured balanced scoring led by senior Reagan Dahl. Dahl led with 17 points, including dialing long distance 5 times. Cam Forsyth added an even dozen, and Maya Shaw chipped in 11 for the Bulldogs.
Alrighty then, the Dogtown girls will now face the South Fayette Lions. Second place finisher in the WPIAL, that Pittsburgh league, by the way, in that area. They only have the South Fayette Lions only with 2 losses for the season. They're many people say, you ready, that they are one of the top 2 girls teams in all of Pennsylvania. So that's who West York's going to match up with, the South Fayette Lions. Again, that'll be played on Wednesday. Interesting matchup. Can the Dogtown girls match up? It'll be interesting.
I don't know.
Right?
Those Bulldogs are Bulldog toughs.
I love it. Yep, I do.
All right, the girls from the Rock, the Susquehannock Warriors, traveled out the PA Turnpike to take on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. The Jaguars, the third place finishers coming out of the WPIAL. This one was all Thomas Jefferson with a final score of 55-37 to end the fine season for Susquehanna.
All right, junior guard Elena Snyder led the Warriors with 18, as she has all season long, and senior guard Annie Lobach contributed 14. So, that's a common opponent. If you look at, for West York, matched up with Susquehanna throughout the season, and the South Fayette Lions had matched up also with the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. So a common opponent, Susquehannock West York, and then Thomas Jefferson South Fayette. Susquehannock losing by 18. I don't know. I'm with you. The Dogtown girls are going to fight. They're going to fight.
Yep,
but it's a tough matchup for them.
Alrighty, and then the District 3 5A champions, the York Suburban Trojans, move on with a 47-34 win over Bethel Park. Junior forward Natalie Homesick led the Suburban Knights with 16, and sophomore Jordan Williams booked 11 in the win.
Alrighty, congratulations to Coach Jess Weaver and York Suburban, their first state playoff win in 45 years.
Woo!
They now will take on District 6 champions Hollidaysburg on Wednesday. It'll be a holiday for Suburban. I think they win that game.
All righty.
Doggy dog. Go ahead, Coach Weaver.
In Class 4A, state girls play. The DeLone Catholic Squirettes got knocked out by Scranton Prep, a score of 56-34. It was a 20-4 second stanza run that put this one in the mayonnaise jar for Scranton Prep. Senior Megan Jacoby and Reese Meckley led the McSherrystown girls with 11 each.
Alright, in Class 3A, state girls play. The girls from the Apple capital of the world, the Big Laville Canners. Oh, they were run through the Foley Food Mill by the Loyal Sock Township Lancers by a score of 53-20 as Big Laville ends their season with a 16-10 record. Then, in 2A state girls play, in the Aunt Nellie Graham by the year, drag them out behind the woodshed. Oh, give them a good old-fashioned whipping game of the week. The District 3 2A champions, the York Catholic Lady Irish, spanked Paul Robeson 58-18 as they improved as the Irish to 23-2 for the season.
And Coach Bankos and the York Catholic Lady Irish were led by Mariah Shue with a baker's dozen. Bethany Lawler had 11, and Kylie Althoff and Jaden Brown each had 9 points.
The Lady Irish will now match up with Berlin Brothers Valley at McConnellsburg this Tuesday at 7 p.m. You know what? Aunt Nellie's been to McConnellsburg before. She knows her way there. Double for Aunt Nellie and the Lady Irish, I think. Alrighty, first in boys 6A play, we're going on to the big boy pants bracket in boys play, state playoffs. This is Coach Jeff Hoke and the Central York Panthers started their run to repeat as state champions with a convincing 87-55 win over the Phoenixville Phantoms.
For Central York, 4 players hit double figures, led by Ben Natal with 23. Natal also with 5 assists and 4 steals. Big Ben Rill with 21 points and 10 rebounds.
That's a day in the office for Ben Rill.
Oh, yes. Ryan Brown Jr. with 14 points, and Kyler Landis with 12 points, including going downtown Ollie Brown 4 times.
Wow. With the win, Central York runs their season record to 28 wins, just 2 losses. They're now going to match up with Philly Catholic League's Roman Catholic on Wednesday.
And the York High Bearcats ended their season at the hands of the Upper St. Clair Panthers by a score of 67-30. Upper St. Clair features one of the best big men in the state with 6'10", senior Tyler Robbins. Robbins committed to Miami of Ohio for next season.
You know, Upper St. Clair also has a 6'8" guy in that lineup, a sophomore as well. Upper St. Clair.
Wow, towers.
They do. They have some of the best height in all of PIAA. Upper St. Clair led 21-4 at the end of the first 8 minutes of play in the first quarter for the York. Senior Tyson Smith and junior Jalen Swope each with 8 points to lead the Bearcats. And they finished their season to the Bearcats with a 19-10 record. Upper St. Clair, you might ask, well, guess what? They're now 24-2. And the reason I mention that is they're going to play District 3's Governor Mifflin in the next round. Governor Mifflin was a number 3 team out of District 3.
And they had some height, too.
You know what? I said that. From my perspective, Governor Mifflin might have been the most athletic, the tallest, best all-around team that I saw for most of the season. That's going to be a great matchup. York High trying to match that height difference, started out the game in a zone. I think I would have done the same thing. And Upper St. Clair just ate the thing alive. Alrighty, so great season for the York High Bearcats. Congratulations as their season ends.
In boys 5A state play, the York Suburban Trojans blow out Roxborough 78-59 as they improve to 20-8 for the season. The Trojans will now face Upper Moreland, District 1's 4th seed at 6:30 on Tuesday. We'll talk to Coach Kemp about this game in just a bit.
Can't wait. Great job, Coach Kemp and the Suburbanites. Hey, the Dogtown boys of West York, as they have done almost all season long, win a close game over Mars 53-51, the first state win since the year 2009 for the Dogtown boys. Good job, West York. They now improved to 22-7. They were down by 7 at the halftime. That's just been the theme for these Dogtown boys. They just fight. They have a way to win. That's just Coach Bull and those Bulldogs. Grady Hoffman, the senior, led with 11 points. That was his senior average all season. Sophomore Christopher Folletti, in my opinion, might be one of the best young players in all of District 3. He had 10 points. That's his season average for the as well. Junior Conrad Beatty with 10 points, and Jaden Kohler finished with 9 points for the Dogtown boys. They're now going to match up with Peters Township, 6 p.m. Tuesday. That game will be played at Altoona High School. Mars finished their season now with a 14-13 record. Well done, Dogtown boys.
You know what I found rather interesting?
Tell me.
I found rather interesting that both the girls from West York and the boys from West York played Mars.
They did.
Now, how often do two teams match up? You see that with York Catholic coming up, too, with the boys.
Yeah.
But
well, the Fighting Planets were not so fighting, by the way.
guess
They
not.
were aligned in that one.
Okay. Now, Spring Grove finished their season now with a rather unfortunate 10-point loss. They lost to Peters Township last night, 64-54. Now, you may have been a little bit surprised that the Rockets even got to the state tournament because they didn't really have a super strong regular season. They were 11-16 for the regular season, but they took it to Manheim Central, which was a real shock at the beginning of the District 3 play, and ended up going through to the state tournament. Congratulations to Spring Grove for a great season.
Congratulations, Jared Smith. What a great job he's done bringing those Papertown boys into a state playoff matchup. Well done, Coach Smith. Well done, Papertown boys. Alrighty, moving on to Class 4A boys. How about those Golden Boys of Eastern York? Coach Seitz's Golden Boys of Eastern York win over Mount Carmel by a score of 66-43. The Red Tornadoes were absolutely blown out of this one early yes, they were, by our Golden Boys. York Adams Division II Player of the Year, the big guy, Carter Wimsley, led with 17 points. Guess what? He also hauled in 15 caroms. Carter
Double.
That's his typical day at the office. Bryce Nicholson, 16 points, 13 boards. My goodness. And the coach's son, Brady Seitz, had 11 points, but he handed out 8 dimes for Eastern York. Well done to Coach Seitz and the Golden Boys. They're now going to go match up with Devon Prep out of District 12. They are, that game will be 6 p.m. Tuesday in Pottstown. Good job, Coach Seitz and the Golden Boys.
And in Class 2A, York Catholic took it to Paul Robinson. They did just like their girls team did, playing against Paul Robinson. Paul Robinson out of Philadelphia. York Catholic wins big. Aunt Nellie was there, 70-47. York Catholic is now at 20-6, and Paul Robinson ends their season at 18-9.
Alrighty, York Catholic now going to take on Lackawanna Trail on Wednesday. Lackawanna Trail. Go get them Irish. All right, the York Country Day falls to Sankofa Freedom by a score of 67-36. That ends a great season by the Greyhounds. They finished 22 wins, 2 losses for the seniors. For the Greyhounds, again, great season for York Country Day as it ends this week. All righty. Hey, bowling action. State championships next week at Bolero in Pittsburgh. So we'll give you a report about that next weekend.
All right, now let's go to Chocolatetown for wrestling news. The Giant Center was the place to be for wrestling fans this weekend. The Pennsylvania State Wrestling Championship took place there on Saturday. 7 young women from the York Adams came home with some hardware around their necks. Southwestern freshman Claire Gobrecht finished in 4th place at 100 pounds. Aliciana Price Arley from York Suburban at 112 pounds captured her 2nd state medal with an 8th place finish, and then her Trojan teammate Angela Amora also brought home her 2nd state medal, finishing 7th at 170 pounds. Dallastown saw 2 of their wrestlers earn 6th place medals at 142 pounds, Avery Baldwin and Nolani Knott at 235 pounds. At 118 pounds, DeLone Catholic's Faith Gladfelder took 5th place, as did Dover's Jahara Abney at 148 pounds. On the boys' mat, 5th place was the place to be. That place was earned by 3 winners from York Adams. At 133 pounds, Gavin Green from DeLone got to a 5th place finish, and Hayden Yakovelsili Andrus at 145 pounds from Bermudian Springs. He wrestled to a 5th place finish in 2A action as well. In 3A action, Elijah Hewitt, the District 3 champion from Northeastern, finished his high school career with 129 victories and a 5th place state medal around his neck. All right, and the
Congratulations
state
to all those grapplers, right? Well
absolutely.
Done. Well done.
The state swimming and diving championships will be held at Kinney Natorium at Bucknell next Wednesday through Saturday. Congratulations and best wishes to these York Adams athletes who will compete. In girls 2A action, Bree Miller from West York in the 200-yard freestyle and the 500-yard freestyle, and Chloe Chabot from York Suburban in the 200-yard freestyle. In the 200-yard IM, Sarah Culler from York Suburban will compete as well. She will also compete in the 100 breaststroke. Sarah Geiselback from York Catholic will compete in the 200 IM and the 500-yard freestyle. And the 50-yard freestyle, Chloe Moore from York Suburban will compete in that as well as the 100-yard backstroke. York Suburban will also compete in the 400 and 200-yard freestyle relay. In 3A girls actions, Lydia Williams from Dallastown in the 200-yard freestyle, Kalaya Hinson from Spring Grove will compete in both the 50-yard freestyle and the 100-yard backstroke, and Morgan Schroeder from Northeastern will compete in diving. For the 2A boys, Mikey Forbsky from York Suburban will compete in the 200-yard freestyle and the 100-yard butterfly, and Garrett Gensel from York Suburban in diving. The 200-yard freestyle relay will be competed by both relay teams from Susquehannock and York Suburban, and the 400-yard freestyle relay, York Suburban will compete. For the 3A boys, Owen Cromer from Southwestern will compete in the 50-yard freestyle and the 100-yard freestyle. Sean Filipovitz from Southwestern in the 100-yard butterfly and the 100-yard backstroke. And Elijah Henning from Spring Grove will compete in diving. Southwestern will also compete in the 200-yard free relay. Congratulations to all of them, and good luck at States.
You're listening to Go Long with Wayne McCullough and Becky B. This is the WOYK scoreboard. You know, lots of NCAA Division III basketball action took place in our area. Starting off with the York College men's basketball team. Friday, they outlasted 24th ranked John Carroll in an outstanding 71-69 throwing NCAA first round game. That game played here at York College. Well done. And then Saturday evening, it was a New York University over York College to end their tremendous season. That score was 62-52. You know, the Spartans had a 12-game hold win streak going into that game. Incredible game. New York University, the Violets, by the way.
Yeah, that's kind of an unusual.
Violets, yes, they run their record now to 26-1 as they continue on in the NCAA tournament. Kai Sapala led the Spartans as he did most of the season. Double-double, 15 points, 12 seniors for the MAC Commonwealth Player of the Year. You know, Sapala from Lidditz played at Warwick, finished his career with 1,444 points.
Impressive.
What a great career. Right. Hey, the Franklin Marshall men also in the NCAA tournament. They fell Friday night in the first round, 84-50 to Catholic University. So F&M ends their season with a 21-7 record, 11-2 in the Centennial Conference. The Elizabethtown College women also in the NCAA tournament. They fall in round one to number 14th ranked Randolph-Macon, 62-56. That game played Saturday night. That game was played at Randolph-Macon. Elizabethtown ends their season due to the women 23-5. DeLone's McKenna Murmert in that game had 4 points, 3 assists. And the Messiah University women, they were the 24th ranked team in the nation. In round one, they fall in a surprising 76-72 overtime game to Washington and Jefferson. So exciting NCAA action. Now, Penn State York men's team with an 18-11 overall record. They're going to be in the United States Conference, the United States Championship Athletic Association Division II Small College National Championship quarterfinal. That will be played Wednesday at Buffalo, New York. They're going to match up with Miami Hamilton. You know, that game is 10:30 at night. How about that?
Whoa.
Wow. York High 6th
Late one.
senior McQueese McLean averaged 14.4 points per game for Penn State York. And Penn State women's basketball, they have a 22-6 record. They're also in the USCAA Division II Small College National Championship game on Tuesday at Buffalo, New York. That's going to be a 10 a.m. game. They're going to match up with Penn State Shenango.
I guess they'll be excused from classes that day.
Absolutely. You know, they're featuring Southwestern 6-foot freshman Olivia Snell. She averaged 10.7 points per game. West York's 5'9 senior Jillian Foster, who averaged 6.8 points per game. Northeastern's 5'6 sophomore Abigail McAlexandra averaged 7.6 points a game. And Dover's 5'8 junior Michaela Fink, who averaged 6 points per game. So good luck to both those Penn State York teams as they play at the national level as well. Alrighty, my friends, it's time to go long. Today, our topic is you have a victory in Jesus. And you know, the last couple of weeks I've been pulling verses right out of the Bible for our title. And so I'm going to read that to you first in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 57. But thanks be to God who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. You know, we do have victory through our faith, my friends, and it is a gift it's a gift of God's grace to have that victory in Jesus. And what does that victory mean? I think it gives us victory over the worldly issues that we have to fight through on a daily basis. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have difficulties, and it doesn't mean we're not going to have just daily issues from time to time that just work at us and give us problems. It means that through Jesus we can have victory through those, and it doesn't mean it's always easy, right? Absolutely
not. But you know, Jesus gives us the strength to plow through it too, and to continue on. And you know, if we keep I strongly believe if we keep our eyes on Him and focus on Him, one step at a time, He'll carry us through.
No, absolutely. It's the faith, like you said, Becky B. It's the faith that gives us strength, right? Book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Him, through Jesus, who strengthens me, who gives me the strength to get through all those things. That is the victory. The victory is the strength to overcome the adversity, to fight through it, and still, and I believe this very importantly, to still have a meaningful life where we can maintain thoughtful and caring relationships with each other, and we can maintain being humble throughout our life, and we can just maintain that faith that gets us through those difficult times. My friends,
and overcome some of those worldly, temptations.
Well, true.
As well, you know.
Yep. And that fights us all, right?
Absolutely.
Through Jesus Christ, and the faith in Jesus Christ as our Savior is what gives us that victory. So I challenge us, all of us, including myself and all of us today. So if you're fighting through something, if you're having some difficult times, and if you're you're just concerned about maybe not just yourself, but a loved one, a son, a daughter, a child, a parent, a loved one, or a friend.
A friend, yeah.
A friend. Please reach out to them and let them know that through our faith in Jesus, we will have victory. From the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 37. No, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. In all of these things, we are more than conquerors. And then what sticks out to me there when I read that, we are more. It's more. It's more than being conquered. It's more than being victorious, right? It's not a matter of winning it. It's more than that. And what is that more? What is that more?
Well, we have eternal life promised through the sacrifice that Jesus gave, and we also just have that. I don't know how to explain it, but just knowing that you are surrounded and lifted up through God's love for you all throughout your life.
Yeah, to me, that more is peace of mind, It's the ability to lay your head down at night and
Peace that passes understanding, I think it was in the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, right?
Yes.
No, it's that peace of mind. It's just that feeling that things will be okay. Because
Like a safety net.
It is like a safety net, yes. Because of our faith in God and the love of Jesus Christ, that we can have that more. And it might be hard to describe what that more is, but I think you get it. Right? It's that more than the victory. And, we talk so much about wins and losses here on Go Long, right? That's what we do. But here, our Go Long topic is, it's more. It's more than that. It's more than that. That's our topic today, my friends, and that's our goal. That's our wish. That's our prayer for you, that through our faith, your faith, and our God, Jesus Christ, our eternal Savior, that you have more than that W, more than that victory. Alrighty, my friends, we're going to take a break. When we come back, first, we're going to hear from our friend Kelsey Jean at Red Barn Home Decor, where home staging makes dollars and cents. And then, when we come back, we're going to go to Dogtown, the Dogtown Boys, and we're going to talk to their head coach, Garrett Bull, right after this message from our sponsors, Red Barn Home Decor.
Gerald Henry here. Attention all home sellers. Are you ready to win in the real estate game? At Red Barn Home Decors, we know that staging your home is like crafting the perfect game plan. It leads to quicker sales and higher offers.
And this is Kelsey McCullough, your home staging design professional. I'm ready to customize a winning strategy for your home. Whether it's a vacant property needing a full transformation or an occupied stage for that finishing touch, Red Barn Home Decors has the playbook for success. Staged homes sell faster and for more money. Now that's a winning strategy.
So Kelsey, what is your home staging strategy?
Every home is custom. We begin by coming to your home and meeting you. Then we customize a strategy to make it market ready. We head back to the warehouse and pull furniture, art, and decor to prepare for staging day.
So don't fumble your sale. Invest in home staging and see why staging makes dollars and cents. Check out our portfolio at redbarnhomedecors.com or call or text Kelsey at 717-818-1207.
It's almost time. The York Revolution roster is being built for the upcoming season. And right here is where you get the news first.
Revs Hot Stove Weekly, presented by Shipley Energy, with Daryl Henry and Revs manager Rick Forney.
The latest player signings, plus interviews live on the show each week.
Do people listen to this? There are a lot of people that listen to this. How do you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know. I don't know.
Revs Hot Stove Weekly, presented by Shipley Energy.
Monday at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
It's gonna be another epic year of high school hoops, and Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK are ready for tip-off. Tune in every week for the high school basketball game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to 98.9WOYK.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the York Adams League. The high school basketball game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch all the action all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350, online at 98.9WOYK.com, or download the new WOYK app.
And welcome back to Go Long. I'm Wayne McCullough. With me is Becky B. Oh, we're going to Dogtown. How about those Dogtown boys, the West York Bulldogs, and their head coach, Garrett Bull, with us live. Coach, thank you so much for being with us.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
First of all, guys, I don't normally start an interview like this, but I'm doing it today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Coach Bull and just the respect and what kind of man he is. First of all, when I think of sportsmanship, I think Coach Bull is the epitome of it. He leads the Dogtown boys with great sportsmanship, and they reflect that as well. They just come out and they find a way just to beat your tail end off, but do it in a way that it's humble, Coach. And it humbles me thinking how you do it. But then secondly, you were voted by the Division II coaches as the Division II Coach of the Year for great reason, because you're a great X and O man, but you have found the way to instill in the young men in West York a winning attitude, a way to win close games, a way to compete just in a way that you can compete against teams maybe sometimes even superior on paper, athletic ability, but you just hang around with them long enough to finally beat them because the way you play and the style of play. So, Coach, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you, and just have great respect for you. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate all the kind words, Wayne.
Yep. So, Coach, tell us about your team and tell us about this win number 1.
That was the first state win of my career. So that was exciting for the guys and all of us involved. We were trying to figure out the last time West York won a state game, and I've contacted some former players under Coach Ackerman. We think it might have been 2007's team. I think they won the district title and won 2 state playoff games, and I apologize if I'm missing anybody in between, but we think that's the last time. This was a game we knew that was winnable. Mars was very good, but I thought we could win the game, but West York wasn't in school on Friday. They had in service, and I'm sure you've coached long enough to know that when your guys aren't in school, it's not the best recipe for playing good basketball at times. So we were really sluggish and just a step slow, particularly the first half, and took us a little bit to adjust to how Mars played. And second half was much better, and found a way to get the win.
Coach, let's give a shout out to seniors, Grady Hoffman, Luke Hoffman. They're not only great basketball players, but they are great leaders on your floor. Tell us about them.
Yeah, they've really stepped up this year. They've done what you want seniors to do, lead on the court in big games. I think one of the first times was that we really noticed it was at Eastern. We won on the road there, but the two of them were our 2 best players that night by far, and they led by example and put the ball in the basket, and started to look at each other as coaches and say, all right, our seniors are starting to get it, and when they can do that and lead like seniors, then everybody else can jump on board and follow. So that's been huge. They've been playing good in the playoffs, which is again what you need your seniors to do. But we were struggling on Friday. The 2 of them were the ones kind of making baskets and making some threes, and Luke was getting to the rim and kind of just keeping us in the game enough to get to the second half.
Coach, I described earlier on today's show Chase Cristofoletti, sophomore. I think he is one of the best young players in all of District 3. Why don't you tell us your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I'm probably biased, but I'd be lying if I didn't disagree with you. Very talented young man, long athletic body. My 9-10 years now, he's probably, just from a shooting standpoint, the purest shooter I've had. And he's really grown this year because in the summer it was he'd shoot first, maybe drive every once in a while second, and now at this point in the year he's doing more balanced scoring where he's getting to the rim, getting an offensive rebound, and then not just relying on his 3-point shot. But incredible hard worker in the off season. Him and our other young guys, Brecken Lasher and Jaden Kohler, and those guys, I can't think of them missing a single workout. They're not only are they basketball first guys, and they all play basketball, and they don't miss a single thing we do, whether it's a summer league game, an open gym, a lifting, unless they're on a family vacation. That's the only time they ever miss something.
Well, Coach, I think you here at West York had a little unusual occurrence when both the girls' team and the boys' team are playing a school Mars. Kind of an out-of-world experience here. You both come away with wins. Not only does that show a winning culture at West York, but is there any kind of, friendly competition between the girls and the boys' teams since you're both in state playoffs, you're both winning?
Yeah, yes and no. You're rooting for each other, and you want to see each other do well, and you see each other practice. And I don't know how to describe it. I saw them at our game, and I know a lot of our guys went over yesterday to their game, and I was there. And, what a weird circumstance to be in state playoffs and you're playing the same school. But we actually tried to get our game moved to Saturday. We contacted Mars and asked if they wanted to do a doubleheader on Saturday.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Would have been cool. Would have been cool for the community. It would have been easier for them, one bus to travel. And for whatever reason, they said they didn't want to switch to boys' games. So it is what it is.
Right. Coach, another way I'd describe your team to folks that haven't had a chance to see this West York Bulldog team play, is, first of all, steady. But when I say steady, even, a bunch of guys, 3 guys, 6'2" or so, and they all handle the ball well. They all dribble penetrate well. They all defend well. There's not one guy that's not an all-around player. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would. It's probably one of the more balanced teams I've ever had. We've always had good balance, but like our top 7, they can all dribble and pass and shoot the ball. Even our starting center, Conrad. I mean, he had some beautiful passes the other night, and in practice, I started calling him like Magic Johnson. Just kind of coming out of nowhere with these, his ball handling skills and his passing too. And that's what makes us dangerous. I think our box score from the state game was 11, 10, 10, 9, 6. That's how we win a lot of games. I'd love it if sometimes we have some games where a guy goes and gets 20. That's great, but we're very balanced for sure.
No, absolutely. And Coach, the intangible, the leadership, the understanding of how to win close games and compete constantly is part of your team. Now, where does that confidence come from? Is it strength? Is it what experience?
Yeah.
Help me understand that, because I'm trying to get a little of that.
Yeah, no, it's a process because I think we've gotten the program to a point where year in, year out, they expect to win. So that gives them some confidence right there. We do a lot of work in games in the off season and stuff to build that. But the guys that have been around, that's just kind of what they know now. It took me some time to get it there, but over the last 4 or 5, even 6 years, when we take the court, our guys kind of expect to win. Even when we played Central, everybody knows how talented Central is, and nobody's been coming close to them lately. And we convinced our guys that we could win the game, and by golly, after the game, they were upset because they believed they could win the game. You
were half a second away from winning that game, Coach.
Half a second away. Yeah, we gave ourselves a chance, and that's all you can ask for. You're playing someone like that. So it definitely is a process. And once you get there, you got that winning culture. Mars, I thought they have a first-year coach. They had a lot of talent. They're probably still going through that process. I watched them some games, and I don't know if they were quite there where they, knew or always know how to win in the fourth quarter. And you see that sometimes with teams. So hopefully it continues for us.
Well, I think with your leadership, Coach, there's a pretty good chance you teach these Bulldogs how to play like Bulldogs. They're tough-nosed defensive players. They hang together like a pack. That's just that winning Western culture.
Yeah, it's been fun. It certainly has, and they believe in it.
Coach, let's give our fans, our people who listen every Sunday morning, just a chance to get to know Garrett Bull a little bit. Tell us something about you. What's important to you? What do you stand for? I mean, I don't ask that question often either, but I have so much respect for you. I just want to soak it in.
Well, let me give you first of all, give me a shout out here to Becky, but I want to give a shout out to my wife, Jennifer Bull. Yes. Wouldn't be able to do this without her. She's a saint. We've got 3 little kids at home, a 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 6-year-old, and my wife's a full-time 4th grade teacher. Yeah. So, these seasons, especially the long ones, they're a grind not only the players, but the families at home too.
She's working harder than you are right now, Garrett.
Oh my gosh, yes. She's 100% harder than me. She's an angel. Again, I wouldn't be able to do this without her. She's in the stands rooting for us at the same time, but it's exhausting. And we're both educators. I'm a history teacher. And when I look at basketball, as coaches, we're teachers. We're teaching kids how to play basketball. We're teaching them life lessons. I want to give a shout out. I had a great 1st grade teacher, Debbie Mitzel. She might be listening today. And, I think about why I became a teacher. I had a great history teacher, Mr. Sam Cooley. He's still teaching at Red Lion. It's people like that help mold me into who I am today. And, teaching kids values, and that's what I enjoy.
The West York is just a great sports community, just a great community altogether. And Coach Bull, you are putting yourself in that tremendous list of all-time great West York coaches.
I don't know about that.
I'm putting you there, Coach, and I've been in this community, as you know, for a long time.
A very long time.
Long time, and and I had just always great respect. Coach Bub, obviously, and Ackerman, and these guys.
Yep.
It just goes on and on and on. It goes back long time with West York wrestling and football, and you're there, Coach.
Coach, they're having a memorial get-together for Coach Eister.
Yeah.
I know he passed, but they're doing it next Sunday and trying to get players and coaches to come back together and just tell stories, and I think Coach Petrie's planning to come to that, so
good.
I'm going to try to stop in as well myself. I think Coach Ackerman's going to come. I'm excited about the community right now at West York. Coach Miller is doing a great job with the football team. He's been coming to our games, getting guys there. I think we can really build something special, in the coming years between not just one sports team. We've had some success lately. We want to get, football had success this year. We want to get that going, and the whole school's having that success, and that's when it's fun for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and Coach, the other thing, when you look in the stands at your West York games, it can be a football game, basketball game, it doesn't matter. You have the community coming out and supporting you. You see some of those same people, and they may not have had a kid in school for the last 30 years, but they're still there rooting for you.
See a lot of those faces. I'm hoping some of them are willing to make the drive on Tuesday night to Altoona. Where we got to play. No, it's a longer drive, but I hope it's just these games are special. I tell my guys all the time. I know my underclassmen. They believe that they can be good in the years in the future, and I tell them all the time, don't take these games for granted.
Absolutely.
These games are special when you get there.
Well, tell us a little bit about Peters Township. You mentioned going out to, and now don't pick up the Mars Bar while you're there, but go ahead.
No, they're actually kind of similar to, I think, the team we just played. When I watched those two teams play to go to their district semifinals, and Peters won in overtime. They got a really good wing guard who's averaging like 19 or 20 points a game. They got a big kid again. Looks like he's 6'7", 6'8". I think he's young, but when you got length like that can cause problems. From what I can tell and talking to people, they're well coached and disciplined, and so I think it's going to be a very similar game to what we just faced.
How about those Dogtown boys moving on to round 2 against Peters Township Tuesday night, home of the Mars Bars in Altoona. Coach, you are everything. You are everything. It's right about high school sports. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I can't tell you. If you want good things to happen to good people, I want good things to happen to Garrett Bull. Coach, have a great day. Thanks for being with us.
Anytime, Wayne.
All righty. Take care, Coach.
You too. Thanks, guys.
All righty, guys. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get another great coach. Another great young man.
Mitch.
Wow. Hey, Mitch Kemp of the York Suburban Trojans as they move on the district playoffs as well. My friends, will be right back after this quick message from our sponsors, Red Barn Home Decors, where home staging makes dollars and cents.
Daryl Henry here. Attention all home sellers. Are you ready to win in the real estate game? At Red Barn Home Decors, we know that staging your home is like crafting the perfect game plan. It leads to quicker sales and higher offers.
And this is Kelsey McCullough, your home staging design professional. I'm ready to customize a winning strategy for your home. Whether it's a vacant property needing a full transformation or an occupied stage for that finishing touch, Red Barn Home Decors has the playbook for success. Staged homes sell faster and for more money. Now that's a winning strategy.
So Kelsey, what is your home staging strategy?
Every home is custom. We begin by coming to your home and meeting you. Then we customize a strategy to make it market ready. We head back to the warehouse and pull furniture, art, and decor to prepare for staging day.
So don't fumble your sale. Invest in home staging and see why staging makes dollars and cents. Check out our portfolio at redbarnhomedecors.com or call or text Kelsey at 717-818-1207.
It's gonna be another epic year of high school hoops, and Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOIK are ready for tip-off. Tune in every week for the high school basketball game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to 98.9WOIK.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the York Adams League. The high school basketball game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch all the action all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350, online at 98.9WOIK.com, or download the new WOIK app.
It's deep! It is gone!
Hit your own homer and welcome a York Revolution player into your home this summer. The Revs are looking for player host families. Get an inside look at the life of a pro ball player, plus loads of benefits, including admission to all home games, a $250 concessions gift card, and much more. Host families are critical of putting a championship team on the field. Help us bring another championship to York by hosting a Revs player this season. Email Josh Santora at jsantora@yorkrevolution.com and join our team today.
And welcome back to Go Long. I'm Wayne McCullough. With me is Becky B. And we're going to go to York Suburban now for the Trojans head coach, Mitch Kemp. I'm telling you guys, this guy is a tremendous coach. He's a great young man. I'm proud to say I call him a friend, even though he whooped me a couple times already this year.
Ooh,
I'd say yes. Coach, thanks for being with us. Congratulations on a great season as you keep moving forward.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me, and it was an honor getting to coach against you this year.
Yes, Coach, and you just beat us up. But Coach, first of all, tell us about this win when you blew out Roxborough 78-59 in the first round of the state playoffs. You know, when you go in these games, you don't expect to win by 20 points, right?
Yeah, I mean, state games are always hard because you watch film, but you've never seen them in person, normally. So, our guys did a tremendous job. They locked in, they executed the game plan, and I thought it was one of the best overall team wins of the year.
Coach, I'm going to just briefly describe the Suburban team that you have this year. First of all, you're as good a perimeter shooting team that I think most teams are going to face. You got good length out on the perimeter. They knock shots down. But you also have a tremendous rebounding team. Silas Leonard, who's just a junior, he may have out-rebounded some teams for the entire season. Tell us about your team.
You kind of hit the nail on the head there. Like, we're a very well-balanced team. Like, I think, from my point guard, they all play their roles very well. I got a good point guard that takes care of the ball and looks to be a pass-first point guard, plays great defense, and I got shooters, and like you said, I got some bigs that are versatile. We run the switching defense, so you got to have big guys that can guard guards, which thankfully we do, but I think we have a little bit of everything, which kind of makes us tough to defend at times.
Well, I'll say it makes you tough to defend because when you're out there on the court, there's nobody under 6 foot. You have it's like playing against guys on stilts when you have a smaller team. But, they're all rebounders. They're all shooters. There's, it's the kind of thing that when you switch off on somebody, you're still going to have somebody tough to guard.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things we focused on in the state game was, I realized that they were a bunch of guards. So even like you said, my guards, Kai's 6'3", Silas 6'2", Trent 6'4". So they had a tough time guarding us, and we purposely did some things where we got our guards in the post in the state game, which definitely benefited us.
Coach, you mentioned a switching defense, which you do so well. But I think your offensive movement is as good as anybody. You play, a lot of perimeter movement and back cuts and screening on the perimeter. Tell us a little bit about what you do offensively.
So it's an offense where I'll be honest, I got a lot of it from UConn. As you know, and you're the same type of coach. You always learn and take things from other coaches and things like that. So we do a lot of versatile where you set the screen, back screen the screener shot, pick and roll. It's a lot of different staggered actions. You got to be a smart basketball player because you got to read things and there's a lot of steps to it, but we've worked at it. It's taken a long time to get the hang of it, but they've been doing a tremendous job of locking in and focusing, and they don't really care who. The beautiful thing is they don't care who it has the success each game. It could be Trent one game, it could be Kai, it could be Silas, it could be Kane, and at the end of the day, when you have a collective group that just cares about winning, it makes things a lot easier.
You hear so many times, it's a cliche, but great teams take on kind of the attitude, take on the personality of their coach. And this Suburban team, I think, has taken on your personality, which is winning. You're intense, but you do it in I don't know how to describe it, in a soft, just, you don't have to carry the big stick. You just find ways to be focused, take one possession at a time, play hard. They play hard. But again, you just do it in a, I don't know how to describe it other than the fact that I know when that ball goes up for the first tip, you hear nothing, you see nothing but what's happening on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a coach, and you know this, you got to lead by example. So I just try my best every single day to get the best out of each of those kids individually, not only as a basketball player, but as a student and as a person, like push them, make them feel uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, make sure they know that you love them and you care about them, and that you'll do anything for them. Because if you do anything for them, they're going to do anything for you, and in return, they're going to play as hard as possible. So it's kind of a give and take kind of thing. But I enjoy it, and I love my group of kids. It's probably one of the best years I've had coaching with this group in my 5 years as a head coach.
Well, I'm telling you guys, this is a tremendous young man, a tremendous, great coach, great X and O coach, great leader. Coach, I really have wonderful respect for you, and it's just an honor. Yeah, it's an honor to match up with you, even though you whip me, but it's an honor to match up with you. And you're what's right about high school sports, Coach. And York Suburban, the community of York Suburban, is just so fortunate to have you as a head coach. And again, it's just an honor to have you. Let's look forward. So
yeah, Upper Moreland, District
right.
1's 4th seed. Now when you're playing District 1, you're going to see some good basketball. But what do you know about Upper Moreland?
So I've been watching film. They're a very well-balanced team as well. They got a heck of a kid that can shoot the ball. He had 7 threes last game. They got another all-around player. Kind of reminds me of Kai. Can do a little bit of everything. And they got a big that's very, very athletic. I think at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a matchup where they're very similar to us. They got a little bit of everything. They got a tough point guard that plays his role. They play tough defense. They execute offensively, run some really good sets. So I'm really excited for the matchup. I think they're more well balanced than our first round game.
Coach Kemp, York Suburban. Coach, a lot of people listening every Sunday morning who love York area sports. Tell us something about Coach Kemp what's important to you. What might people not know about Coach Kemp?
Basketball or personal wise?
Anything, Coach. Anything. When you lay your head down at night, what's important to you?
I think the biggest thing to me is my family. My family and God. I'm actually I stepped out of church to do this phone call. My whole family's in church now, and my dad plays the drums at the church we go. He's a big guy for the drums. So I think the biggest thing in my life is God and my family, because without those, I don't think I'd be able to do basketball. Especially my wife, she sacrifices a lot for me to be away. I'm away a lot, so I'm very thankful for my family, for them to support me, and thankful for God to have such a great life and be able to coach basketball and coach at a great school of York Suburban.
Well, there you go, my friends. Coach Mitch Kemp, York Suburban. Coach, well done. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you as Suburban moves on. Coach, you're a wonderful young man. Thank you for being with us today on Go Long.
I appreciate it. It's an honor to coach against you, and I'll probably take a few things from your playbook as the years go on.
All righty, Coach. Thank you. Have a good day, buddy.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Take care. All righty, Becky B. What 2 great interviews today, right?
Absolutely.
All righty,
yes.
As you do every Sunday morning, Becky B., would you please close in prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you and praise you for the many things that you have blessed us with throughout this week, and we just thank you for the beautiful day shaping up outside and the sunshine streaming in our windows. We just ask you, Lord, help us to remember our victory in you, and that through you and Jesus Christ, we have eternal life in you, and we can win above all things. We just ask you, Lord, and praise you, Lord, for successful surgery for Jan, and thank you for giving his doctors that healing touch so that they could perform successfully. And for we praise you also for good outcomes from Bonnie and from Heather. Please be with Bryce and Essie and Luke and Allison and Blair as they're facing some of their health challenges, and continue to lead us, Lord, to do your will. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Becky B. And my friends, again, thank you so much for being with us today and every Sunday morning. It means so much to us to be able to spend our time together as we celebrate the accomplishments of all of our local athletes and other sports figures here in the York area. And we do it in an unashamed, faith-based way as we celebrate the gifts from God and the victory we have, my friends, in Jesus Christ. So, my friends, may the grace of the Lord be with you always. So, for WOYK, I'm Wayne McCullough. With me is Becky B. We'll say, and go long.